guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here to bring the review for Shaman King episode 29. So it was very early into the episode I realised, alright, cool. After where we left off last episode, wondering what exactly is going to happen to Yo. Is Ren going to get revived? It was early in this episode I realised, alright, cool. They're going to do us dirty and not focus on Yo at all for this episode. I did think we'd get a little bit of a hint at the end of the episode, but they stayed true to their goal, keeping us waiting, having us on the edge of our seat kind of thing, because that's where you would have been left off last week. They did not show Yo at all, and I guess they're saving that all for the new arc that will be starting with the next episode. So what do we get within this episode, and was it good or was it bad? So the majority of the episode, the focus is on the fight between I think they're called Team Flowers versus what I'm going to call Team Anna. And now it starts off looking in favour of Team Anna, but before the fight starts off, Anna does leave, and she's doing a lot of flexing with her Furyoku, making Team Flower sweat a little bit. At least that's the way I portray it. And I feel like if it came down to a fight between Anna and any of them, maybe if it was 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or the whole team versus Anna, I feel like Anna would have come out on top, because I'm pretty sure she, at this present moment in time, within 2021, she has read the book. She has read the book. So I think, she would have won any 1-on-1, any fight that would have taken place there. So she takes off with the kids, which I finally got. It's like I got what I wanted, because last week I was complaining about it. I think it was last week. Last week I was complaining about it, and we seem to get it within this episode, where basically what I said was that how the anime portrayed the kids is that they're not kids, they're shamans in their own right. So they should be acting like more mature than they was acting within last week. And this week you kind of get that, but also an answer for why they are how they are. And I'll explain that now. So you get that via the boy, I forget his name. Has it been told to us? The boy, we get it through the boy, where he finally stands up for himself, and he's like, we can't just leave you guys here, kind of vibe, that kind of vibe. You get it through that, and you also get an answer for why they like that via the girl. And now the girl's been traumatized by their backstory, and that's why she was probably just stagnant and couldn't do much when the action took off, because it was said by the boy that she's emotionless, so maybe she finds it hard to do things. That's the way I see it anyway, even though she does summon the golem at the end. But anyway, so we have a bit of a backstory for them as well within this episode, and we basically find out that it's because their father died, that's how they got wrapped up into this whole shaman world of life. And now I'm pretty sure, even though it wasn't confirmed, I'm pretty sure that the person who killed their dad was Zeke, how, whichever you want to call it. And I'm thinking that it's because of the whole golem thing and the dad's relation to the golem, because even Anna says it refers to the dad as a genius. So I think that Zeke was after the powers of the golem, and in trying to get that, ended up killing the dad. Obviously they don't know about that, and that leads to why Team Flower was after the kids within this episode. I'm going on like it's a big discovery I'm making, but yeah, that's my thought process on the whole thing. It was humorous, to see Anna in mother mode, as I'm gonna call it within this episode. It was mother mode, but it was even more humorous to see Yo's dad in daddy mode when he finally does reappear. And I've been mentioning for a while that Yo's dad is missing. Where is he at? But he finally reappears in this episode and he scolds everyone. He scolds everyone. Now, he could have just easily flexed on everyone and beat them up, but he disciplines them and makes them see the error within their ways. And he just makes them see the error within their ways. And that, like I said, that was humorous. That was more humorous than Anna and Mommy mode. But before that, I know I'm a bit confused by it. Because when Anna was debating leaving or not, and then she finally decides to leave, which made me think, she was confident within Jun's and the other girl's abilities. But when it came down to crunch time, they didn't do well. Now, it started off looking like things would be in their favour, but Team Flowers easily turned the tables. And it just went south for them. It just went south for them. But luckily, luckily Yo's dad was in there to save them. But one thing I did notice, which I'm not 100% sure about, is that I'm not sure if it's just Jun or everybody present, and Jun was just doing the narration letting us as the audience know the reveal. But at the very minimum, but I want to think it's everyone, they realize what the Shaman Oracle is, and I think that's the first teaching, or at least it's just the first teaching that Ziki teaches everybody, but I'm going to call it the first teaching because obvious reasons. So we know that she's realized it during the battle in a similar sense to where Ren realized that Yo's dad was doing it. And I want to think that because she realized it, she herself can now do it. And now, at the very minimum, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm hoping that everyone there has learned it. So basically Jun and the girl as well. But I then realized, if this is the case, because Jun doesn't use an oversoul in the traditional sense, does that mean that her having this ability, I don't want to say useless, but what I'm getting at here is, does Pyron also have to learn this ability, or can Pyron now use this ability through Jun? That's the kind of thinking that's the kind of that's what my mind is trying to digest right now. And I think that is everything I want to say about this episode. I think that the fight was good. Until until it went south for the heroes, but it was a good fight overall. I think I'm going to give this episode a 3-star rating, and if you've made it this far into the video, there was a preview video for the next arc released on Anime News Network. I haven't watched the preview just yet, but I will do my thoughts and opinions on that preview video in a separate video. Link to that will be in the end cards. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.